this is Vasa with a new process video. Today I'm using 3 huge photos from our visit at the Vasa museum in Stockholm. Hubby and I went there while we were on our mini vacation, and I had been there a couple of times before, but it was the first time for hubby, and I took some nice photos, and I wanted to just put them in the album and remember that we went there. And while doing that, I also did some research, and I took notes about this ship, and I will include that in this layout. The ship of Vasa was ordered by the Swedish king Gustav II Adolf, which is more known abroad as Gustavus Adolphus of Sweden, and he was king in the 1600s, and the one that are often described as the founder of Sweden as a great power, and he's one of the most known kings here in our country, because there's a lot of tales of his victories and the things that he did during his reign. And the ordering of this ship wasn't perhaps one of the smartest. He ordered a whole bunch of warships, and Vasa was one of them, and I guess they were in a big hurry, and it kind of took the toll from some quality, and this ship was built too unstable, so it sank on the maiden trip. So it's a bit like a old Titanic version from Sweden. It basically just fell over with some side winds, and it sank just outside Stockholm. It sank in 1628 and was salvaged 333 years later in 1959, and it's now on display at a special museum in Stockholm. The museum is a rather dark place because I guess they need to preserve the ship and not let it be in the light as much, so it was rather hard to take good photos, but I managed to get use of the light they had there, like the lamps, spotlights shining on different pieces of the boat or the ship, and I got these 3. They are really tall, these photos, because I still had that odd setting on my camera. They didn't have the proportions that I normally do, and it took a while for me to realize that it was my telephone that was off. So these 3 photos pretty much fill the whole page for me. The rest of the page will be a red cardstock as a background, and a piece from Daisy D paper. Daisy D was a paper company around in about 2006-7, something like that, and they did really nice kind of vintage feel and floral papers, and I still have quite a bunch of those left that I save for special occasions, because they are so special, and I love the design, and I don't have the photos to use them very often, so I save them for special occasions, and this was definitely one of those. I've taken out a piece of brown ledger to write my journaling on, and the journaling is basically the history of this ship in years, and when it was built, and when it sank, and when it was salvaged, and yeah, every those years, and also a little bit that we went there during our stay in Stockholm. And then I don't have much room left for embellishing. So the embellishing on this page will be like none, absent, but I will be doing a rather big piece for the title, and I think that this type of layout is typical for me. Next Sunday I'll be featured at the Crafty Maven Getaway YouTube channel with a Spotlight Sunday, and the Spotlight Sunday is like a portrait of the different girls, women participating in this project, and now it's my turn. So I will be introducing myself, my family, the place where I live, and my scrap area, and also present a couple of different styles that I tend to come back to in my scrapbooking. And I'm just now taking out the layouts that I wanted to show in this video, and I think it will be a very honest presentation or piece about me as a scrapbooker. So if you want to look at a collection of my stuff, just remember Sunday next week and the Crafty Maven Getaway channel. And when the journaling is done now, it's time for the title that I told you about. It will be a big piece, and I brought out these lovely big and bold thickers that I bought while we were in Stockholm. But I didn't have the right letters to spell Vasa. It has too many A's. so I needed to be creative. This is a royal ship, it's a regal ship, so I think that the biggest part of the title, it will be this word regal. And I managed to get one A out of this pack, and it was the V that I placed upside down. My first intention was to somehow make the regal ship my title, but as you can see, when I spelled it out, it was too small, because ship in Swedish is spelled with 2 P's, so that didn't work for me. So I needed to make another version. So I also had this Daiquiri font in thickers that I used to spell the ship part. So this is part 2 of my title, and there will even be a part 3. And this is, when I look at this layout, it so reminds me of my own style and my like the beginning of my scrapbooking, and that is just interesting to see that you can come back to a style and a layout type that you did 10 years ago, and still think that it's you, and it's something that you can put in your album and feel good about it. The date that I wrote up in the other corner is the date when it sank, and here is the last word of the title. This is actually the name of the ship, and Vasa is a royal family in Sweden, and Gustavus Adolphus was part of that lineage, and sometimes it's spelled with a W, but most of the time we just write it with a regular V. And then I write anno at the top of the date, the year. And this is the finished page. I think it looks complete, even though it doesn't have any embellishing. The really nice background papers there, I think they do the whole embellishing anyway. And it's got heavy journaling and a huge bold title. I hope that you have enjoyed this process video, even though it wasn't very modern or very complicated to do. And I hope that I'll see you soon here in my channel again. Take care. This is Vasa. Bye!